Aquarius, welcome to the Winds of Jupiter weekly tarot reading. Now I'll be doing a 3-card reading first, and then a combination card and astrology dice reading second. Now the astrology dice represent the zodiac signs, the planets are lunar nodes, and the houses. And the 3 cards aren't in any particular order like past, present, and future. And you receive Temperance, Ace of Swords, and the Lover's card. Now you have 2 major arcana cards and then a sharp edge to a new beginning. All 3 of these cards have something to do with duality and polarity, opposing forces. Let's talk about the Lover's card first. This is about decision and deeds, vice and virtue, emotional control. That's there to make responsible decisions based on your spiritual values, your spiritual principles that determine the right and wrong in your life, and the consequences that come from making the wrong decisions, which will bring inner harm within yourself and other people. This is about opposing forces too, opposing forces creating a third force, a union of some sort. Now this can have the tradition feel of Adam and Eve and love and bearing children, or this can also be about love for friendship, companionship. Agape is what they call it, brotherly love. The goal here is to make wise choices in your life. Regardless of who's in your life, you have to make wise choices. You can't choose your family. You can choose your friends, and you can choose your lover. And perhaps there's some type of temptation involved in all of this attraction that's causing some kind of risk. Because you have the Temperance card over there. And this card too is about opposing forces. There's some kind of fusion going on between the physical and the spiritual. And you have to make sure there's not a nuclear explosion when they come together. Normally this card says about having patience, and I think it is. It's about have the wait and see attitude. Be a spectator. So you can absorb the needs between the psychic and spiritual versus the earthly and material, and the balance that needs to be struck between them. You have to temporize right now. You have to master yourself and know thyself, so you can love yourself and then you can love other people. And the balance here is also about adapting of whatever comes along in your life. And don't be in denial, but be in acceptance. And realize how you need to deal with this. Take your time, patience. There's no hurry to sort things out in your life. And then you receive that Ace of Swords. This is a sharp edge. It can even indicate victory. Powerful forces that have been struggling and hitting ahead. And you had to do strength, action, and determination to ameliorate these forces and bring some type of success. This is the sword of truth, the sword of reality. But the rough road getting here might have been accomplished through some type of excessiveness. And this could be motivated by love and hate. With the 2 cards you have on both sides, the major arcana pillars of love and temperance. Need I say more? The whole upshot of this reading is the Lover's card and finding emotional control within yourself. Now you do have a promise of a new beginning with the Ace of Swords, but this sword can heal or harm. And it's really up to you how you wield this sword. You can use this sword to cut through the crap and get to the truth, or you can undercut and hurt people. This can bring a sharp edge to compromise. It can also be about legal matters and contracts and negotiations, and the sharp edge with a settlement for them. The pen is mightier than the sword, and so are words. And the message that this card can bring is either taxing or relaxing. But you're the one that has to cut through the confusion. Now I rolled the dice and you received Aquarius, your sign, the moon in the 12th house. 12th house is about karma, destiny, working for karma. And it's also pointing out another duality of strength versus weakness. And the moon can be about dreams or the shadow self that's coming out to play in the darkness. And perhaps even some type of deception. Or maybe even it's denial in this case. And the moon can cast a web of confusion, and I think there's been some confusion going on here. And like there's some scary unknown that's in the future. I think the Lover's card this week is more about bonding and making a connection with others than love and love affairs this week. And Temperance is more about controlling your hypersensitive nature so it doesn't run off the rails. And the Ace of Swords is there to ameliorate any vulnerability that you have and keep your wit quick and cut through the crap to see the truth of all matters. Now Aquarius in the 12th house might have you allowing other people to drive the boat and taking control away from you, which is against your liberated nature, most definitely. A friend may surprise you and not want to go along with one of your schemes. And on the other hand, a person once considered a fair-weather friend might turn out to exhibit allegiance and loyalty to you. I guess what I'm saying is that those around you will have some type of unpredictable nature. And this might have something to do with the presence of the moon. And I don't think the moon is giving you the whole story because it can be about secrets. And the 12th house can be about secrets too. So there's going to be some unexpected behavior coming from people. If too many restrictions are put on you this week, you're going to bolt like a racehorse and leave whomever in the dust. Singing on the same sheet of music with the masses of other people just doesn't seem to be in the stars, even though you're about networking and being a cosmic citizen. The moon in the 12th house has you working in an institutional setting, or being in one anyway. You're going to make an effort to help the downtrodden. You're going to have to moderate a sensitive nature that you have this week, or people might take advantage of you. Suffering from your past lives or present life has you acutely aware of the suffering of others. So be careful, misery does love company this week. Contrarily, you may avoid contact with others and just be the person that's pushing the buttons behind the scene. And that gives you more of a feeling of security. And you might seek out some alone time to recharge your battery. Now the moon in Aquarius is where the Ace of Swords really kicks into action because emotions will be controlled by intellect. This is really needed to happen to balance out the 12th house and the moon's emotionally out of control influence. Because there's going to be a struggle between stolid manner versus demonstrative feelings. Therefore, your emotions are hard to fathom even by you this week. You might have some aloof feelings about love and commitments and prefer to spend time with friends rather than lovers. You sit back this week and watch what motivates people and wondering why the same motivations don't inspire you into action. And therefore you might feel like you don't fit in. And I think that's fine with you. Temperance is giving you a warning to balance the hot and cold feelings that you're going to have this week. Because the 12th house might be giving you back the karma that you gave to others. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.